All right, welcome to the show, everybody. It's Perfect Friday. We're all happy, and I'm going to start the share. Away we go. And I want to start with our esteemed mentor, Mr. Sailor.
Satoshi is equivalent to Prometheus. Prometheus gave us fire. Satoshi gave us money. Bitcoin is the first perfect money in the history of the human race. I spend my copious free time reading economic history, and I've read thousands of years of economic history and tens of thousands of pages, and it's one chaotic disaster train wreck of we used seashells, we used bales of tobacco, we used silver and gold, and we clipped the coins, and we had bimetallism and it crashed, and we had fiat currency, and we had a debt crisis, and no one ever had a money that was not defective. I mean, I can show you examples of monetary crashes every 30 years for the past 3,000 years in every single culture. And Satoshi comes along for the first time and says, oh yeah, here's money, it's not broken. Satoshi is...
All right. So I'm just going to, while I'm pulling up the next one, that was some really cool points, interesting points, because...
You know, nobody ever said...
He said that he goes and reads. This is a really important point. You should go and read and study the stuff and learn. I'm just showing you little snippets here and there, okay? I don't know everything. I know it looks like I'm smart. I'm just your average guy, okay? But I do a lot of reading too, okay? So he said, go read. That's what he does. And the other thing he said on that one was Bitcoin is... That's the foundation. That's is where money is at, where it's going to. Now let's read this next one.
Hey, only put the kids on the school bus that you don't need me to return. Only buy a ticket on my airplane if you don't need to reach the destination. The engineers of the world don't say, hey, don't drive across my bridge if you really need to reach the other side. And so what I say is only buy Bitcoin with the money you can't afford to lose. I'm not going to equivocate. You shouldn't equivocate. People that equivocate don't understand Bitcoin. They still don't get the idea of perfect money. We didn't invest in it because we wanted to take a risk. We invested it out of disgust with the world that forces us to take risk with everything else, where the risks are stacked against us and undisclosed. You know?
Yeah, that's some really important stuff too. I'm investing in Bitcoin because that's where the future is, because everything else will... Oh, he even mentioned one in another one that this guy's investing into Bitcoin because... Oh, I remember what it was. The boomers, okay? So, or perhaps grandparents for some people, or parents for other people, the boomers, they've got real estate. And he gave a warning. He goes, make sure that they sell it while the price is high, because it's a bubble right now. And what's going to happen is the bubble's going to burst, and those prices are going to go way down, and they will be without money. Whereas if you store your money in Bitcoin, you've got a better chance of protecting your wealth for the long term, okay? I was going to pull that one up, but I forgot. So let's do a little bit of intro. If somebody has any comments, that's fine. We can take those. But let's do a little intro about why we're here, about this little business, little intro, and then I'll bring up our guest speaker.
Introducing BitHarvest, a premier Bitcoin mining solution. BitHarvest is a leading Bitcoin mining accelerator, making it easier than ever for miners and investors to secure the blockchain economy and generate returns. BitHarvest is a hassle-free platform. It lets anyone mine Bitcoin without investing in costly ASIC machines, managing high electricity bills, or maintaining physical space. With BitHarvest, you can mine from anywhere, anytime. BitHarvest introduces us the BitBooster device. It optimizes mining performance by enhancing hash strategy, reducing costs, and delivering maximum output. This tool is a game changer, providing daily Bitcoin yields without the usual barriers. BitHarvest isn't just a mining tool, it's a gateway to blockchain opportunities for everyone. With investment options starting at just $100, BitBooster makes mining accessible for everyone. For $1,000, you can own a personal BitBooster device or choose a shared device for $100. BitHarvest's user-friendly app has everything you need, from viewing booster status to managing funds and referrals. Activate your BitBooster and watch your earnings grow every day. Just create an account on BitHarvest.io to get started. BitHarvest now has thousands of users and investors, building a strong global community that continues to grow daily. BitHarvest unites the blockchain community, miners, investors, Web3 projects, and industry leaders. It's creating a dynamic ecosystem that strengthens the decentralized economy and empowers Bitcoin mining to secure the blockchain. So don't wait. Begin your journey with BitHarvest and accelerate your wealth growth today. Visit BitHarvest.io now to get started.
Hey, that's awesome. This next clip that I'm going to pull up here is with Tom, and he's going to give us his testimonial. He's going to talk to us about how he went from zero to hero in just 30 days. And so this is Tom.
In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you all about this little Bitcoin mining technology that has absolutely changed my life in the last 60 days. I remember using this thing and thinking, oh, well, this thing is not going to do anything for me. But then I learned more about the opportunity, and I really plugged in, learned how to mine Bitcoin, and then I became a top producer in the company and earned so much money that now I'm paying off all my credit card debt. I'm traveling all around Asia, and I am now helping others earn so much more money by mining Bitcoin with this little Bitcoin mining booster. This is called the BitBooster, my friend. And in the coming video, I'm going to be sharing with you my story. I am doing so well in the company that the top leader of the company decided to interview me right on a company Zoom.
First off, I want to say thanks so much for inviting me to back to Malaysia, where the family is, and every time I come here, it's an amazing experience because I love this. I love this country that I get to visit, and I'm so grateful to be here physically right now and be on the Zoom. So first off, I want to say before I got started in BitHarvest, I was the type of person who diversifies and just want to make sure that I'm safe with my portfolios, and I would have a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, and I would never put my full just all my power into one thing, because it was always just trying to keep myself safe all the time. So I was always just kind of I dip a little bit in here, a little bit in here, a little bit and a little bit in here. And then if one thing goes down, okay, no big deal, so then I'm able to kind of work with these other things and things like that. So I was thinking, okay, well, maybe, BitHarvest is just one of those things that, is just a temporary thing. So I got approached with, and before I got approached with BitHarvest, I was told, no, hey, there's this thing called this mini bit booster that you can actually plug in as a USB. I was like, huh, that's very interesting. So yeah, because I had experience with miners before. Back in 2014, I was approached from a friend of mine who came to me and says, Bitcoin is the future. It was at the time, it was only like $250 per coin in 2014, and he says, the more you have to get on this bandwagon, the more it's going to mine Bitcoin, the more you're going to be able to save up. So I said, okay, so how much is a miner? And he says the miner is $8,000 a miner, plus also you're going to have to pay an electricity charge. So I was like, okay, I can't do 8,000, but is there any other is there any other opportunities to still mine? He goes, well, you can do a half a miner, so you can pay $4,000 for a half a miner. And I said, okay, so let me, I have $4,000. Let me do a half a miner. So he goes and puts me on the plan, and he forgot to tell me to pay the monthly cost for electricity. So I said, okay, so I'm like, is my miner plugged in? He's like, yeah. So I looked at it, and it was mining Bitcoin for me. And then I said, well, how much is a half a miner going to mine for me per month? And he says, well, it's going to mine about half, about 0.5 of a Bitcoin every single month. And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so then after it started mining Bitcoin, I saw, some Bitcoin starting to accumulate. And then all of a sudden, a few months later or 5 months later into it, I noticed like I wasn't mining as much Bitcoin. And so I'm like contacting him. I'm like, hey, what's going on with my Bitcoin? Why am I not mining that much Bitcoin? He's all, oh, you didn't pay the $300 per month electricity charges. And I'm like, oh, really? Seriously? So, and then I'm thinking to myself, dude, I could have took that 4,000 and just bought a bunch of Bitcoins for $250 each. You know what I mean? So that's what I was thinking. And so it came down to where I just didn't, I just kind of lost steam for it because the total I mined in like 6 months was like maybe like barely even one Bitcoin in 5 to 6 months. So I was like, okay, this is really demotivating. And now he wants me to pay $300 a month. And at the time, I was not a huge top earner in anything yet. So then I just kind of like drew away from Bitcoin a little bit, and I was thinking to myself like, hey, I still don't even know how we're going to spend this stuff or anything. I can't even hold this Bitcoin stuff. So 2 years go by, it becomes 2000. Well, no, a few years go by. It's 2017, and I'm on an Alaskan cruise with a friend of mine who owns 120 Bitcoins. And I said, you really think that Bitcoin stuff's really going to do anything? He's like, oh yeah, hell yeah. And at the time, it was about 1,500 a coin at that time, right before it took off, right? And this was in May of 2017. So he goes, yeah, I totally believe in it. Look, I even got this credit card thing, this crypto debit card, and I look on it, it says Visa, and it says BitPay. And I'm like, BitPay? I'm like, wait. You're telling me that I can transfer Bitcoin onto that card and actually spend it like it's real cash? He's like, absolutely. You can take that BitPay card and you can put it into ATM machines and take out real cash. And I'm like, oh, and that's when my eyes started really opening up to Bitcoin. So I'm like, now this is real for me. This is how I can spend this stuff, you know? Because at the time, I mean, you're presented with this crypto, and you're like, what the hell is crypto? How am I? That's why this guy spent 10,000 Bitcoins on a pizza, because he's probably thinking I'm not, this is not going to go anywhere. So let me just buy a pizza with 10,000 Bitcoins, you know? So he was probably having the same mindset at the time. So now fast forward to this year, 2024, I get approached from my sponsor, Lori. Some of you know her. And she says, hey, Tom, there's this little mining device. You get to plug it in and you get to mine Bitcoin. I said, I'm thinking to myself, like everybody else, oh, I get a physical thing. I get to put it in my computer. Oh crap, how much is the electricity charges going to be? Because I remember I had to pay $300 a month 10 years ago for electricity charges. I need to find all this stuff out. And lo and behold, I find out that no, you do not physically get a bit booster. You physically get a bit booster, not receive a bit booster, but your bit booster is plugged in at the corporate offices on their electricity. And I'm not paying $8,000 for a miner. And also they take care of all the electricity and all the costs. Still, I was a little skeptical still, because I was sick of the rug pulls. So I just went, okay, well, I initially was thinking like, oh, well, I have a good network. Maybe I'll just I'll just sign up in the company. I won't buy any shares, and I'll just make money, and then I'll buy a share, right? And then I'm thinking, okay, so I started doing that, right? And then all of a sudden I started getting all these people coming in, right? And I'm thinking, oh, cool. Let me see how much I can make. And all of a sudden, nothing. I'm like, crap. So I messaged Laura. I said, hey, can I make money if I don't buy a booster myself? And she's like, no, you can't. You need to buy at least a share. I said, oh, shoot. Okay. So I went and bought a share. And so now I have a share, right? So now I'm going, okay, so I'm in this. And then I just see like I'm still not enthused about getting a full booster. At this time, I'm still waiting on some other investments to kick in. I'm still $18,000 in debt with my credit cards at this time. And I'm like, crap, I literally don't have enough for a full booster at this time, right? So then I'm just like, and I still see my team like exploding. I see like a guy buying like 80 boosters. I see another person buying, 3, another person buying 20, another person buying like 10. And I see Ryan buying like like a full booster a day or something like that, or every other day, or share a day or something. And I'm like, is there like really something, this full booster thing? Like people are getting excited, but I'm not. I'm just kind of tiptoeing my foot in. So finally, Ryan calls me and he gets on the phone with me, and Ryan Maddings, and he says, dude, you need to get like a full booster like right away. Because if you don't do that, you're like shooting yourself in the foot. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my God, he is so right. And I literally see me making these mini $5 commissions or something adding to my total because I only have a share, you know, because then after that, I said, I might need a little help. So Ryan connected me with Jan, and Jan and I started talking finally. And Jan says, yeah, if you need a little like boost because you have such a big team growing, let me know. And I said, okay. So I had enough. I had about $600 in commissions at the time that I never spent. I never withdrew, nothing. And I only had one share. So finally, Jan goes, well, I'll lend you the $405 and you pay me back anytime you can, right? I said, okay. So anyways, he puts the $405 into my account, like Ryan was talking in the beginning, how he, gives with gratitude and all of that. So Jan gave with gratitude because he sees me exploding, but I'm in this credit card debt right now, spread out on other investments that haven't paid out yet. And so then finally he goes $405 right in there, bam, my account immediately the next day hits 1 star. And I'm like, crap, I hit 1 star. What does that mean? It means that I got the free golden ticket to the BitHarvest event. Because if you make 1 star before the BitHarvest event, you get to go to their live. They fly you out and everything, right? And I'm already in the Philippines, So anyways, I get in there. And finally, I start saying, okay, I'm gonna go to this event thing because they're flying me out, plane ticket, food, hotel, everything. So I said, okay. So I get out there, and I start getting my mind changed. Like I'm seeing how they're treating us. I'm seeing, oh crap, this is the real deal here. Like I'm looking around going, oh, this is a real mining server room. These are people that I can talk to. So I started talking to people that were there. And one of the first guys I talked to, he was at the team meeting that we were all at. And I asked him, I said, so how many boosters do you have? I'm still having like one, and he's like, oh, I have like 20 boosters and I have 0 downline. I'm like, 20 boosters? How'd you get it? 'Cause I thought it was like a leaders thing. You have to make 1 star. And he's like, no, they invited people that bought a ton of boosters themselves. I saw guys who bought like 30 boosters, 80 boosters. So I asked him, well, how much you making a day on just 20 boosters and no downline? Because I love stories like that because those are the passive results, right? And he says, well, I'm making about $100 to $125 a day with no downline, just buying boosters. I said, okay, so you really see the vision with this company then? He's like, oh yeah, I totally do. And this guy's an attorney at the time, shout out to Isaac out there if he's out there watching. How's it going, bud? Yeah, Isaac was the guy I talked to, and he really, like, I'm a networker. I love connecting. I love talking to people. So that really started fueling my belief system. And then I met the guy who was in my group 2 levels down. And he bought, when he signed on, he bought 80 boosters right when he signed up. And I said, 80 boosters? Why would you do that? Because me, I'm thinking like, is this a rug pull? Still, I'm still not totally convinced about this company yet. And so he's all, well, no, I used to own, a mini mining farm. I'm like, you did? He's like, yeah, I had about 30, 40 miners or something like that. And it took a lot of electricity, a lot of power, a lot of management, everything. And he goes, yeah. So I bought 80 boosters, and then I bought my girlfriend some boosters, and then now I'm building under myself. So I'm ranking myself. Like he ranked himself up to 2 star. That was a strategy he started doing. And that same guy, I just started talking with him, and he's like, yeah, by the end of this event, I'm going to buy 40 more, and I'm going to have 120 boosters. I was like, holy crap. And then after that, I just started networking more people. I talked to another guy. He owned 100 boosters already. And I said, well, how much you make? And he had like no downline. I said, how much you make in a month? No downline, 100 boosters. He's all, oh, I make $500 to $1,000 per day. I said, well, why 100? Why so many? He's all, he's all, don't you know? I said, what? He's all, Bitcoin by like next year is going to be at like $100,000 per coin. And anytime you buy a booster and mine Bitcoin today, that's gonna accumulate more and more. So you can't look at your USDT price of what you're making in USDT, because that would be illegal. That's printing dollars. No, but we're mining Bitcoin. And so the way you make money is with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin today is at 65,000 or 66,000, whatever it is today, and you mine that $5 to $10 a day, well, a year from now, when it's at 100,000, you could be making 10, 20, $30 per day in USDT. So you have to understand that. So when he said that to me, it just started like ringing true in my ears. Like, okay, this is like the real deal. And then I went and listened to hours and hours of the conference training, where they were talking about, they were giving away awards. There was 450 people there with like teams, and they gave us free food, and it's just everything. And so when I got back from the event, I'm just like energized. My battery is just like this, like, right. I have like this unstoppable blood inside of me thinking like, you know what, I'm going to freaking rock this thing out. Right. Because when I get focused on one thing, I do become unstoppable. 1 star at the time. And I'm like, well, you know what? You see that trip to Thailand? I'm going to Thailand, and nothing's going to stop me. Right. So then I would tell Dan, I'll see you in Thailand. I just kept telling him that every day. See you in Thailand. See you in Thailand. So then what I ended up doing is I said, okay, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to give lots of value by posting videos on social media. And I started making videos on, hey, look, guys, I'm starting a 30-day challenge. I'm gonna give value about the Bit Booster, like my experiences, interviews, things that I learned about the company. And I started doing that every single day. And then I said to myself, with my commissions, not anything out of my pockets. I'm still on credit card debt at this time, right? With my commissions, any way I can, all my money is going to go back into my account. I will not withdraw any money at all for the next 30 days. So, and with that mindset, here's what ended up happening. One day I bought 1 share, bam, two shares, the next day, another share. So I was buying 1 share a day in my account, because with having, being a 1-star, you're actually making even enough money to get up to 1 share, where you can buy 1 share a day. Well, what ended up happening was I just kept posting on social media as I'm doing like my videos. Hey guys, bought another share, bam, bought another share. My intent, I want 15 boosters, because I want to own 15 boosters. I'm going to Thailand. I'll see you in Thailand every single day. So I just kept going. And so every single day, and then within 5 days of being back from the event, bam, I ranked up to 2-star. I ranked up to 2-star. So I got up to 3 boosters. And then after I ranked up to 2-star, then I was able to make even more. And I was buying 2 shares a day, 3 shares a day. And then after that, within 10 days of being 2-star, 8 days of being 2-star, I hit 3-star. Like I jumped up to 3-star because I just kept buying more boosters with my commissions. Then when I hit 3-star, it turned into buying 1 full booster every other day. Every other day, I was like buying 1 full booster, sometimes 2 days in a row, sometimes 3 days in a row. Because when I started getting excited about me buying more, my team started following. They started doing what I was doing. They're like, why are you buying so many boosters? And I started sharing with them. I said, this is the real deal. I've been looking for a real deal that I can put all of my energy into and not focus on anything else. And so then by day 30, I got up to 21.2 full boosters, 21.2 full boosters. And then after that, so that was 30 days. And I'm like, okay, so now let me take a little profit, add some, start paying off a credit card. And then I started attacking the credit card that was like $6,000 on that one. And so then I started paying that one down. But then I'm thinking, crap, I still need to make Thailand. So I still need to keep buying a little more boosters. But this time what I did is I looked into my group, my team, on who needed help, because I saw one of my team members, he was doing like some meetings, some live meetings in his area, and he shot up to 3-star. And I'm like, cool. I took care of, okay, one leg shot up to 3-star. Now I need another 3-star to get me to 4-star. So I started looking at my team and I saw Ryan needed some help. So I said, okay, so what do? I said, okay, let me open a second account underneath Ryan. So so here's me, and then here's Ryan. I opened up another account under him, and I started buying full boosters under that one. So what that ended up doing is pushing his account up. And then I had my leader, Mario, when Ryan hits, when Ryan's account hits 3-star, I hit 4-star, and then Mario hits 5-star. So what ended up happening was, so Mario goes, okay, well, I'm going to open an account under Ryan too. So we had the two of us shooting boosters underneath Ryan, and then bam, it went like this, and then bam, it was like Ryan became 3-star, I became 4-star, Mario became 5-star, and we all worked together like in unison as a team. And now I fulfilled my destiny, and now I'm going to, and I earned 7 free full boosters from the promotion, putting me at 34.5 full boosters within 60 days at 4-star, and I'm going to Thailand, and that's my story. So nice being at 4-star. I've never seen like 700 to 1,000 to $1,200 days now, just sitting back, having my mining and the referral commissions bumping up. It's like, oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, I paid off one of my credit cards too. Like one of my credit cards was 6,000, paid off that credit card. It's at 0 now. And now I'm working on the $12,000 credit card. I just paid my first payment on that one. And now that one's going to start trickling down to 0 too. So I'm going to be debt free probably in the next 12 days.
Wow. That was a lot of stuff to unpack. Great interview with Tom, the furry hat guy. So just a couple of things that we're going to talk about just to narrow things down so that kind of fill in some answers for you. He mentioned 3 particular things. There's 3 types of people that get involved with this company. 1, passive income earners, okay? People that just want to have a business, they just want to have income coming in, and away they go. And so they just decide how many bit boosters they need, and that's how many they get, and boom, 2 days later, that's how much money is coming into their account. And other people, they need to, maybe start a little bit lower, and they grow their account, and that's what he described as well. So that's type number 1. Type number 2 is people that want to make some income from sales, and so they have clients that they go talk to, and those clients buy boosters, and that creates an income flow right there. And the third type is people that grow a team, and you don't have to. There's no requirements to grow a team, but you can grow a team, and it's just simply gravy on top. So let me tell you about how the mining works. So this is a graphical interface showing all of the movement in the network right now as we speak. Okay, every single one of these blocks falling is a miner has to log this information in the blockchain. They have to use a mathematical computation to resolve the answer, and the first computer that achieves that then gets to log it in the block. Okay, and that computer is the computer that receives the commission and a little bit of Bitcoin based upon the amount of CPU that they contributed to the process. Okay, so every single one of these blocks is movement on the network that's being moved right now as we speak. And so this is how we come in. Okay, we come in because we have this device that he was talking to us about. It's called the Bit Booster, and you can take that little device and it gets plugged into the server room, like you said, and it generates. What it does is, here's a picture of it right here. It generates Bitcoin. And this is how it generates Bitcoin. Okay, it generates Bitcoin, right? And then it then supplies the information to the mining farms that we're connected to. Okay, so just let me expand this video so you can see this. And so it detects this movement on the network, and then it then supplies the information to the miners, and then the miners are working more efficiently because they're being fed those jobs that actually need to get done. So what happens is only the first job is you get paid on. All of the other times, all the other computers that perform the jobs, those are just confirmations on the network, but they don't actually get paid for the work. And so this is why the Bit Booster comes in, is it then simply supplies those jobs that need to be performed to the mining farms. Okay. And so those miners then perform the jobs, and their functionality is produced more efficiently as a result. Okay. We have 3 mining farms that we've got contracts with, and each one of those 3 farms it's certified with their own government. They have their own license with their own respective governments. We've got one in Texas Mining Farms, another client in Ethiopia, and another client in Cambodia. Okay, and so this makes it so that the mining is more efficient because it just simply feeds the information as quick as it can. Okay, this is a picture of how the distribution of the mining works. The Bitcoin that we earn, the miners, they generate the Bitcoin that they create always, about how much they create. Okay, and so they take that portion, but we are taking in addition on top of that. Okay, so the additional portion we are sharing back to them. This is 65% is shared back to the mining operation, so that includes our boosters, and back to the miners as well. 35% goes to the marketing division, which is you receive commission as a result of selling boosters, and the 5% goes back to the head office. Okay, and so that's how the mining process work is divvied up. Since June 1st, we have produced 100 Bitcoins. And so like on April 3rd, we made 10 Bitcoins, and then we continued on and we made 50 Bitcoins by the time 22nd of May. And so of those 100 Bitcoins that are created, 60 of them went back to the mining operations, and 35 went to the networking portion, and 5 went to the company. Okay, so I'm going to watch another quick little video, and so let me pull that up. This here is in the server room. Okay, so my friend walks into the server room. This is where the boosters are housed. Okay, so they're housed in the server room. There are actually 3 server rooms in Kuala Lumpur. This is the city room.
Okay, this is Celine. She can explain something about.
Okay, so there's 3 server rooms. So there's this server room that we're going to look at, and then they have 2 other warehouses that they're storing the boosters in. Okay, so just let me fast forward a little bit, and I'll take you over to the rack here. Okay, so this rack here, every single one of these that you see on that screen was the transactions going on between the boosters and the mining farms. And every single one of these little racks here, there's 20 boosters in a rack. Okay, and so there's a couple of thousand boosters here in this rack itself. And so she's just explaining a little bit about how that looks. And I'll pull that forward, and you can see the 20 boosters here. Each one has a number on it. Okay, so it's an IMEI, like a MAC address, like your phone has a MAC address, your computer has a MAC address. Every single one of them has an address so that it can be referenced on the network. Okay, and so that's how that booster is designated to your account. So let's go forward just a little bit forward here. We'll walk to the end of the room here. And you can see again on the video, these transactions are coming through in real time as they're talking. And so she's going to look up the booster for my friend, and right here, line number 17. You just saw it just a second ago, but it showed that it was active, and here on his account shows all of his boosters are active on that day. Okay, so right now what she's going to do is it's showing it's active, and now she's going to reach up and pull the booster out of the rack. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit because she takes her time doing that because she has to count it out, and pulls it out. There we go. And then what we'll see is on his device, it comes up in real time. Right then, it shows as inactive. And so right here, we see it inactive now because that's the one that she pulled out. And then what he'll do is he'll slide down and show us on his on the screen the actual amount. So let me fast forward just a little bit. There, line 17 right there is now showing us inactive because the booster is right here. It's the same number that's displayed here as on the device itself. Because like I said, each device has its own IBI number. Okay. And then what she's going to do is in real time, yes, that is the same number. What she is going to do in real time is then she'll put that back into the rack, and away we go. And then we'll look on his device and we'll see that it's active again. Just that's how fast it is. Okay. So this is really cool because the device connects in real time to the servers, to the mining farm, to our account. You can see when it gets pulled out in real time. So this is an important part that I'm going to show now is when the mining operation is going. Okay, only miners that are mining can the Bitcoin gets put into the VPN pool, and only those. Here, let me pause that. Only those that are companies that are part of that mining operation can then pull that Bitcoin back out. And so this video I'm about to show you is how you can verify on the network that the Bitcoin that you're retrieving is coming from the mining pool. So just let me open this up and we'll listen to her. I'll fast forward in just a second. Let's start from the beginning.
Transaction verification on blockchain with BitHarvest. In this video.
Okay, so in this video, she's going to talk about the transaction verification. I'm actually going to fast forward a little bit because she actually goes through the process of how to withdraw, which is perfectly fine because we all need to do that and you guys should withdraw. And so I'm just going to fast forward that because we don't need to go over it. And then we will, once it's appears in your box, then it appears. And you can browse to this platform, the Web3 data platform, and you can browse to there, supply the link.
surfoaklink.com. Paste your BTC wallet address. Click on the TX ID, which is transaction ID.
Okay, so this is on the blockchain itself. And you can go in here, put your address in, and then slide down as per instructions and view where the Bitcoin came from. And so that's just the process.
Verify the date. It was received on March 14th, 2024 at 17 hours, 27 minutes, and 55 seconds. Note the block height as 834644. Then, scroll down to see that our address, BC1P30, received 0.001 BTC. Next, click on the sender address, 3MPFY, which is the BitHarvest cold wallet. Scroll down again to identify the source of the BTC input. Click on the sender address, BC1QKG, which is also a BitHarvest cold wallet, having sent 0.499 BTC. Continue scrolling down, then click on the sender address, BC1Q4LM, which sent 0.5 BTC. This is identified as the mining pool wallet. By scrolling further, you can verify the input is from via BTC, the mining pool company.
Okay, and so that's where we get our money from, is from via BTC. And now let's talk a little bit more about the company itself. Okay, so we have our MSB license from the United States because we're legal as an operating unit. Okay, MSB stands for Money Services Business. Okay, and it comes from the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. Okay, so what this is it's a network. When I looked up on Google, I didn't know it before either. Okay, because I hadn't had anything to do with finance, but I looked it up so I could tell you guys what it says. Okay, so what this network does is they provide licenses to companies like Binance and to KuCoin and to Coinberry and lots of different platforms because they have money transactions that are going on. Okay, and so what they're trying to avoid is scams where people are putting their money in on the bottom and pulling them out of the top, otherwise known as a Ponzi scheme, but it's called money laundering in real time. Okay, so they don't want any money laundering, and this is And so you have to go through a little bit of an accounting process to be able to have this license. And this is where we get our license from. This is why we're legal in the United States. So it's called the MSB license. Just scan the QR code here, and it'll take you to this website, putting in the number 310002702605994. Okay. So if you see any other crap out there that says that we're not legal, no, this is the legal document. All right. So let's go in and talk a little bit more about the company itself. Okay. So I'm gonna go here. There we go. So this is really cool. Okay. So we won an award like in May on the 20th of May. The award was top cryptocurrency mining service provider in the GCC. And so the GCC was the Dubai Expo that we were at, and we won this award from our own peers. It's like, wow, this is cool. Okay. So people all over the world are jumping on this. Like I said, there's three types of people that want to be in here. Hey, there's Ryan right there. There's three types of people that are involved in this. People that are passive income earners, people that are wanting to make some earning, but you can sell the Bitcoin, the boosters to your colleagues, whatever. If you're the type of person that's a salesperson, great, go for it. If you're the type of person that just wants passive income, great, go for it. If you're the type of person that also wants to build a team, you can do that too. And so we've got lots of conventions that we've been at all over the place. Like this is a worldwide company that we are all over, and we are growing like crazy because not a single complaint. Everybody, every time they make a request to make a withdrawal, they receive it. You make a withdrawal, for example, on a Monday, and you receive it on a Wednesday. You make a withdrawal, for example, on a Wednesday, you receive it on a Friday. This is our CEO. His name is Logan Lee. Okay, so he has a finance background, and he also had his own hobby farm, $10,000 hobby farm, making $5 a day type thing. Okay, you can do that if you want to, but this process is so much easier. Okay, so he wanted to improve the mining process that he was doing, and put out his feelers, and then I got in touch with Lenny Herling, and Lenny was one of the guys that came up was on the team that created Ethereum, okay, another crypto, and he's from Poland, and they got together, and that's just where our company was formed back in the spring. Okay, this is the mining operation in Ethiopia, and these are really cool. These are water cooled mining operation. It's like, wow, this is really cool. Okay, so we're increasing social wide, like you'll see us anywhere, and not a single complaint, because you always receive your money, because it's coming from the mining pool. That's where the money is coming from, and you're the only one that can take it out. Okay, so this is really cool. Digital gold, Bitcoin is the best process there has ever been made by men to communicate, to have money, because you can transfer just a little bit or a lot, doesn't matter. You don't have to ask your mom's permission. You don't have to have the prime minister's permission to send it. Anybody can move as much as you want from anywhere in the world to anywhere in the world. Okay, and it's virtually instantaneous, and it's a great store of wealth because of the power of Bitcoin of going up. Okay, so there's a couple of other things I want to talk about. So few people in the world like that are really well known, like Kathy Woods and Robert Kiyosaki, for example. Bitcoin is going up to $500,000. Yeah, everybody was going, no, it's not going to get up to $100,000. So yeah, it goes up and down. Okay, so it goes up and then it pulls back a little bit, goes up and then pulls back. Over time, looking at the long term, Bitcoin simply goes up, but it has pullbacks along the way, and it will. That's like any sort of other thing. Now, we are not trading, okay? We're not selling Bitcoin. None of that crap. We're connected to a mining farm that is mining it, and that's how we're pulling it out of the VPN mining pool, okay? All right, so lots of vision in this thing. There's Logan Lee again, and there's Lenny Herling. This is Dr. Mark Datut, and he's adding all sorts of new stuff to the process, which is, there's the license again. And this is a picture of the home office. This was the server room right here, that I showed you just a moment ago. people can go in here anytime they want. Okay. Well, they're open Monday to Saturday. Okay. So don't go by on Sunday, but you can go by any other time and they're open. You're regular business hours, and people do. Like people do tours and all sorts of stuff, and that's super awesome. Okay, so this is in Kuala Lumpur. They had some events that were going on. We already talked about that page. This is just some slight information about the booster, which I've already explained to you, and so I am going to simply go on a little bit further. Okay, so what can we do? What can we do? So let's say that you buy 70 boosters. Let's say you've got a Bitcoin, okay, and you buy some boosters. Well, you have two options, kind of. If you just sit on the Bitcoin, well, next year it might be worth a little bit more, likely, but that's all you've got. Whereas if you buy boosters instead, you now have produced a daily output of $3 to $10 a day, okay, and your monthly output, that's for one booster. But if you take, for example, that one Bitcoin and you buy 70 boosters with it, next year you'll still have those 70 boosters. Well, I will have more boosters because I'm compounding my account. Okay, this is Tom talked about some really cool stuff because you can compound your account from your earnings and keep it growing, and that's really good. Okay, and the next year it would still produce you another same amount of Bitcoin. The next year after that, it's still producing about the same amount of Bitcoin. And so now you are gaining more Bitcoin as you go. Okay. All right. So I've already talked about the mining profits, how it's divided up, and how it contributes. Let's talk about the marketing plan just for a little bit for fun. Okay. So like I said, there's two types of people that are involved in the company. And now we're going to talk about the third type of people. Okay. So this is people that want to talk to people that, like that industry. And that's great. If you like it, that's super great. If you don't, that's okay. You don't have to. But this talks about that second income, like the person decides to go and sell a couple of boosters, and that's great. She made passive income right there by selling those boosters. But here's the really cool thing. Those boosters now start producing for her as well a little bit of income every day as well. It's just like your own booster produces a little bit for you. Now the team starts generating for you as well. And so simply by the number of boosters that are on your team, the more you have, the more percentage you make off of those boosters as well. Okay, so that's really cool. And so there's a lot of potential here for lots of different whacks of life. All right, let's go on to the next page. Those are wallets that we have. Okay, so you have Bitcoin income, and you have USDT income. The USDT income comes from the commissions and the sales of boosters. The Bitcoin income comes from the actual mining of the boosters. We already talked about the 70-30%. So these are the wallets. Okay, so in here, we've got the USDT wallet, the purchase wallet, the Bitcoin wallet, the commission wallet, and the registry wallet. What these wallets are is the USDT wallet. You can withdraw or add funds anytime you want. No big deal. Do whatever you want. It's yours. And the purchase wallet is designed for purchasing the booster. So when you start up, you only move 90% of the purchase price into the purchase wallet. If this is your first time, you won't have anything else to do with the wallets. So let's say it's one booster. That's $900 goes into the purchase wallet, leaving $100 in the USDT wallet. If you're buying one share, same thing. Put $90 in the purchase wallet, leave $10 in the USDT wallet. Okay. And then when you buy a booster, it then gets pulled out of there. And these other three wallets, the Bitcoin wallet is where you receive Bitcoin. The only thing you can do with it is you can convert it back to USDT, and it'll arrive here. And it's not a very expensive charge. It's just 1%. And you can do it here. The minimum withdrawal of USDT is $10. The minimum withdrawal of Bitcoin is 0.001 Bitcoins. Okay. And so those are the two things you can do with that wallet, because there's no money laundering going on. You cannot send Bitcoin to it. All you can do is pull the Bitcoin out of the mining pool. That's it. Commissions wallet are for anybody that is dealing with the sales of boosters. And that's super great. It's a nice source of income. And the registry wallet is also from that. And this is coming in from the mining of the Bitcoin. And you can do things with the registry wallet. Or the commission wallet. You can withdraw if you want the commission wallet, or you can buy a booster, or you can send it to a friend. and on the registry wallet, it's designed so that it's kind of a special sales way of being able to take funds that are already on the system and be able to buy some more boosters with that. And you can take those funds and roll them up, and you can use that or give them to your team members and they can use that. Okay. So he's talking, Michael Saylor is talking here about the cost, price of Bitcoin during different points in time. And we've already discussed that. Okay. So here's the timeline. Phase one, buying, selling boosters. There's only 500,000 for sale. Phase two, the credit card is coming out, which is sometime this month. They're in the process. They're just configuring up those accounts to get them configured. Phase three, we have the token that is part of our buy process. There's also a limited number of tokens, and those tokens are going to be converted into a blockchain and also converted into a currency that you can then trade, for example, on Binance. And we've had all sorts of interviews with Binance. So some of the cool things that are coming out. This is the Mono AI wallet, where you can do stuff with it. It's secure and it's got AI integration, and it's part of the blockchain as well. So this is kind of cool. We've got some stuff coming out in the works. Okay. The BTH token right now, well, there is, after the sales of the boosters are done, this process that all 500,000 are sold, we will start then mining our boosters. We'll start mining those BTH tokens as well. So that becomes another source of income, because when I started, it was 11 cents and now it's like 41 cents. And it goes up and down, because it goes up and down. That's the way things trade. And so you can acquire BTH, and when it goes up to the open market, if you wanted to drip sell off some, go ahead, because that'll make you a source of money as well. And we've got some gaming rewards that people can use with regards to the BTH token. And so that's how it's going to be used also, as another way. In fact, you can make money on these games if you want to. That's fine. So here's some milestones map that we've gone through in first quarter. We had all sorts of interviews with Binance, and we can go on the webpage, click on them, and actually see those interviews and watch them. Okay. In April, we got our they insured us from Alliance. In May, we won that award. In June, we had our open house. In July, we had the kickoff. Okay. And so we continued on in August. There's more presentations that we've done all over the world. And the card, of course, is coming out in December. So just a couple other things that are on here. We're coming out with the wallet, and we're also going to be going listed. We're in the process of being listed on NASDAQ. Okay, so this is kind of important too, because being listed on NASDAQ, this is right here. So in 2026, it takes about 2 years to get listed on NASDAQ. They have to go through a massive amount of auditing, external audit. They come in and they look through all of the pennies that go from here to there. They look through all of the books, and you got to make sure your books are on par to be able to go into NASDAQ. Okay, so this is kind of important, because no scam can get on there. NASDAQ. No Ponzi scheme is going to ever be on NASDAQ. Okay. So this is like really, really cool stuff. And because we're a legal entity and we're legal all over the world, we can do that. Okay. So this is there's a thing in March that's going to go on. It's very exciting. Now, also, by the way, in March, we will have the new booster come out as well. Now, I'm not sure what the specs are on this and what it will be doing. It may be doing something else. I don't know, but that's pretty cool, because we're going to continue on the process. And we've got the expo in Dubai that's going to be in 2025 as well. And we've got all sorts of trips that we're going to be doing. Okay. So this is, there's a promotion going on right now. You can achieve this. Those people that achieve to qualify to 6th rank will get this watch. This is a QR code to be able to go, bleep, transfer your Bitcoin directly to. So you have an account with that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so those are just this special event that's going on right now. If you buy 5 boosters, you get 1 free ticket. If you buy 10 boosters, you get 1 free ticket plus the Visa debit card. And if you buy 15 boosters, you get 1 free ticket plus the Visa debit card plus 1 free booster. So that's really nice. You get 16 boosters for the price of 1. So off we go. Okay. And we're all over social media everywhere. And I think this is the last page. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to stop my stop my screen share. So let's go to the back office. I'm going to share the screen. Okay. So here in the back office, let's talk about where you buy a package first of all, just to look here. Okay. So when you buy a package, you have to click on package, of course. And here it talks about what can be gained. And this is the range of Bitcoin that you receive. And so 0.000.423.444, okay, to 0.000.127.032. Okay. So this is the range that occurs, and that's about how much Bitcoin you receive pretty much on a consistent basis between that range. And this below is simply the amount in US dollars, so you can kind of wrap your brain around how much that is. Whether you're buying a booster itself or a shared, it doesn't matter. Pick one. If you make a mistake, that's okay. Click on buy now. Okay. And so if it'll show the price here, and if you wanted a booster, shared instead, I'll just click on shared. No big deal. Okay. And you can change the quantity, and that'll be great. The one thing that a shared can do that a single booster cannot is, for example, let's say you want to buy one booster and two shared. So put in 12 shares under shared, and it'll then list. Okay. Then you've pre-set up your wallets, and I will walk through that in a second. So you'll put, for a first-time person, you'll put 90% of the purchase price here in the purchase wallet. I'll go to the wallets in a second, but it'll appear here listed, and so you just move it there, and then you just type the number. Okay. If for those people that won, for an example, you buy a shared, so you change this to 1. Okay, and you'll choose shared. And in this example, you'll have moved $63 into the purchase wallet, because 10 is going to come out of the USDT wallet, and 27 will come out of this wallet. That makes 90, because the booster itself costs $90 plus 10 from the USDT wallet. And so if you won, that's just how you do it. And you choose 10 from the USD. And then once you've done that, then you click on I agree and then purchase now. Okay. So that's how you purchase. And then you click confirm after you go and use a splash screen. Yeah, got a booster. And so you're all happy. Now let's go back into the wallets, and I'll show you what I'm talking about with moving. So when you click deposit, you can click deposit from here, or you can click deposit from the home page. There's a deposit here. Okay. And you can click deposit here, or if you go into the USDT wallet itself, you can click deposit there. Okay. And the deposit will take you to this place where you can either send USDT on the Binance blockchain, so BEP20, USDT from the Ethereum blockchain, ERC20, or USDT on the Tron blockchain, so TRC20, and it'll arrive. You can send any amounts of those as well. Doesn't matter. It arrives here in your USDT wallet. And so once it has arrived, then you'll convert. Click on the button, convert, and you'll put in 90%. In this example, one shared is 90. One full booster is 900. Okay. And so any interval from that. So if you want to do two shared, it's 180. 270 for 3, 360, 450. You guys get the idea. Okay. 540. You guys get the idea. So it's 90% goes into this wallet here of how many you're buying. And then you would leave the other 10% in the wallet. Okay. And the other button, and you can, of course, withdraw any funds that are in here as well. There's no hand holding on this. You can just withdraw anytime you want. The minimum withdrawal is $10, and you can also transfer to other funds. And so we talked about just a second ago, let's say one of your team members that you transfer them, that's fine. And they just they transfer you within here, and it arrives in your wallet. So there's lots of different ways to help work together. Okay. Back to the main wallet for all the wallets. So the top folder, the top wallet was BTH. That's where your BTH wallet is. The next one down was the USDT. We already talked about that one. The purchase wallet is only for purchasing a booster or a shared booster. Only put into there what you are going to use to buy a booster with. Okay, don't put anything more in there. because the only way you can get it back out is by transferring it to a friend. Next wallet down. This is the most important one, Bitcoin wallet. Okay, this is where your Bitcoin arrives. Now, I want to show you something. You can only withdraw or you can swap. In this swap, it'll send the funds to the USDT wallet, and that'll be a cost of 1%. Okay, and so it says 1% right there. Okay, and so you can send those funds, and away you go. Let's just go to the bottom here, and I'll talk about what I'm doing. Okay, so on the very, very first day, so I bought my booster, my first shared booster on the 1st of May. So I bought it that day. Day 2, it then lists in my back office as active. And so if you look here under active, that's where it'll appear. So on day 1, it lists actually as inactive right here. And then on day 2, it'll list as active. But you got to be patient because it doesn't automatically list. You got to wait for the IT guy to walk over, pick the box up, take the booster out of the box, mark down in your account, this IMEI is connected to you, plug it into the server. Once that happens, you receive an email. And so if I do it today, right now, sometime before I go to bed, I'll receive that email. It'll list here as disabled. Okay. And then tomorrow, around this time of day, it'll flip to active. So you just got to be patient. And so on day 1, you buy it. On day 2, lists as active. And then on day 3 and onward, you receive remuneration for that. Okay. So let's go down. The first thing I bought was 1 shared booster because that's what I was starting with. And so on that day, I received 0.00005881297 worth of Bitcoin. Now, this number never ever changes. Okay. That's the amount of Bitcoin I received on that day. Now, the value of Bitcoin has changed because on that day, it was $50,000. And so I received 30 cents. Today, it's $100,000. So I received, so it displays 59 cents. But this is the amount of Bitcoin I received on that day. That's it. Okay. And every day it varies. There's 3 factors that cause it to go up or down. 1 is the price of Bitcoin. 2 is how many jobs need to get done, like people transferring Bitcoin, how many jobs are out there that need to get done. And number 3, the number we pick up. And so that all determining factor is what causes this number to move around. So for example, using the US dollar number, so I got 59 cents one day, 71 cents another day, 81 cents another day, 80 cents another day. So every day it was a little bit different. Doesn't matter. Okay. And so fast forward to today, I'm receiving because I got 5.5 boosters. I'm receiving about $20 a day on my boosters. Okay. So for example, today I received 18. Again, this number 0118627197082. That number doesn't change. That's how much I received on that day, which was today. So on a different day, I received $20. A different day after that, $21. So it goes up and down. So you can see that it goes up and down. Okay. The ranking income is all of the boosters that are on my team. This is, people randomly buying boosters because they really like the program, and that's super great. And so those boosters are then, once they start working, this is the ranking income. That's where it's coming from. Okay. All right. So let's go on back to the wallets, and we'll look at the next commission wallet. The commission wallet is when one of my colleagues buys a booster, I receive a direct commission for that immediately. It's just a referral fee. Okay. And so that's where that appears. And in the registry wallet, part of the remuneration from the boosters once they start working appears here, and you can use that to buy your own boosters. That's all you can do with it, or you can send it to team members. And this is where you're going to get your rewards, is in the registry wallet. And so for those people that want, Jan will send it to your wallet. Okay. Some other things that are important about the account. You can go here into the menu, and you can these 4 at the top here are exactly the same as at the bottom. Just another way to get there. About Us is really, really cool. I'd encourage you to go in here and have a look. Okay. Because in here it talks about the company, talks about the people, talks about all this stuff. And this here are interviews. Like, for example, click on Binance Live. And these are interviews that were done with them. And he's had 4 different interviews that I know of. And so these are really cool interviews that these guys have done with the company, with other companies interviewing them. Okay. So that's where that information is. And if you go here to referral link, this is where you'll find your own link. If you click on that, you'll see a QR code. So if your friend is standing right beside you, take his phone and he goes directly to that spot, or you can click on the link and forward it to them, send them a message. Referral tree, I'm going to talk about that in a second. And then we've got announcements in here, the announcements. So there's the promotion that's going on with the Web3 Summit. And we've got some really cool speakers. You guys can get to that if you want to. And like they said, I guess the promotion ends on the I think he said the 15th. That's what I think he said. The event is actually on January 10th. Okay, so that's where that is. And then we'll continue on down. And referrals. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Support ticket. So this is where you can send a message to support. Again, because they're 14 hours different from me, I send a message one day. It takes them, a couple of days to get back to me. You can change the account language if you want. Here under account, this is really important. You can go here. These two passwords are the same. When you first created up your account, these are the same password. If you have to change the password, or if you want to change the password, or if you forget your password, this is the login password that'll be affected by that. But sorry, this is the login password here. You can change either one of these passwords independently, or you can keep them the same. If you change one, and you can go in and change the other if you want to, that's okay. It's your account, please do. The security password is for money. So anything to do with money, if you're converting or if you're swapping or if you're withdrawing, you have to supply your security password to do that. And so that's your money password, okay? Two-factor authentication is just another additional factor to make it so that your account is secured. Withdrawal address. I would encourage you, first day, setting up your account, go in here, set up your withdrawal address. There's three addresses you can use. You can use the Binance USDT, or you can use the Tron USDT, or you can use Bitcoin, okay? And so put those in there like your first day, because it takes 24 hours to activate. And I've had a couple of people that they put it in and then they tried to withdraw as soon as it was activated, and technical support sent them an email saying, hey, like, is this okay? Like, did you create this because it was so fast? And so, yeah, put it in today, because that way in a couple of months or whenever you want to start withdrawing, no big deal. Off you go, okay? And then you can log out from there as well. So let's go back and finish. So under the reward hubs, that's where it shows all that stuff, and the community take it to the website. So let's go to referral. This is where you have information about your account. This is where it shows what your rank is, shows what your next rank you want it to be, where it'll go, okay? And it shows all information about your account. So 5.5 is the number of boosters I have, 15 on my local team, 136 on my full team. And my next goal is 270 plus two stars, okay? And so that's where I'll get there. So this number here under overview, 173 people on my entire team, with 102 of them have at least shared, okay? And it shows I've got 5 1-stars on my team, okay? So down here, it just micro managing information. You can click that down weekly, monthly, whatever, and you can know more, okay? For Queenie, this is one of your questions. So you can find out by looking here who has bought a booster overnight, okay? So my booster 76 bought 1 shared. That's what that stands for. If I go further down, we will see probably someone who bought there. So this person bought one booster, and I have no idea who this is. And so I'm going to use this as an example because I have no idea who this guy is. And so let's figure out where he is on what team, and I'll show you how to do that, okay? And so you continue on going down, you'll see everything micro, and if you go into here, it'll then break down into exactly which booster, and if you know the order that they came in, you'll see them. That booster produced this much, this booster produced this much, this booster, okay? And this is how it works. And so the normal is the booster itself, plunking away, plunk, plunk, plunk every day. Referral is a one-time referral, okay? All right, so that's what's on that page. Now let's go find out who this guy is. And let's go back to the other section. So this is in referral tree, okay? So here in referral tree, there's an I search item. So I'm going to click on his name because I copied it just a second ago. And I want to display everybody in between me and him because I have no idea who he is. Because if I just simply click search, it'll just show him. But I don't know who it is. So I'm going to click between, show him, everybody in between him and me. So let's go. Okay. So there's him. And so this is, my friend. And this is another person. I have no idea who it is. And that's where he was right there. And so the other part of that is, so in this example, you can click on the I and the person bought one booster. And that's what you just saw just a moment ago. So I'm going to go back to mine. So if I had bought a share, which I do almost every day, it then simply increments by one up here, 5.5, 5.6, 5. And I started at one share. So it went from 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, they didn't do that. It went from 1, 7, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, okay, up to 5.5. That's what it is. And so it shows, you can click on the information and it'll show your active downline and your total downline, total and inactive downline. Okay, so that's what it does. Can't think of anything else that I'd like to show you guys here in the back office.
Let's try that. One of our team members is looking at possibly getting 15 boosters potentially.
Yep.
So do we have a time frame on when that special ends, where she can get all that, the free debit card and the free extra booster and a ticket to the event should she want to go?
But it's one purchase, so you can't buy 15 over 15.
Yeah, that's what we said. She's potentially thinking about getting 15 boosters. Potentially. Yeah. So okay.
Dr. Richards, let's have you unmute. Go ahead, sir.
Just an FYI, the event period for the booster ends December 15, according to the announcements.
Where can I find the listing of benefits for the star levels?
The listing of benefits for the star levels. Was that the page I showed you where it showed the stars and stuff like that? It's in the presentation.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. I was wondering, obviously, this isn't an infinite product here. How many do we plan on selling boosters, and how long do you think it'll take to fill them all up? And any thoughts on that, kind of the longevity of it?
That's a really good question. And I've got one answer for one of those questions. I'll try and answer the questions. The one answer is there are 500,000 for sale. As for how many have been sold, that's a really good question. It may be around 5,000, 7,000, around there right now. I don't know the numbers on that one, but I do know that one lady walked into the office a couple of months ago, bought 550 of them, walked into the office again just a couple months later and bought another 1,000, and then walked in a few weeks ago and bought another 1,000. So she has no team. She just has boosters working for her. And so when people do that, I would say, I don't know, it could, we may be looking at by our birthday that we may be running out. So I think this is why they're rushing on the version 2, because they realize that there's a limited supply of version 1. And so we've got to have version 2 out and ready to go by that time. Does that answer your question? Hopefully.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. You can get a copy from this recording I will be posting it in that group chat as soon as I render it. Okay. So I think I had John. I'm going to lower your hand.
And I spoke with a customer service there. I explained to them what I was trying to do. Didn't understand.
So hold on right there. Hold on right there. What are you telling them you're trying to do? That's probably where you're running into the issue. What are you saying to them? Are you saying I'm buying crypto?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to work. They're still not like happy about crypto. They're not going to help you do crypto. You just tell them you're doing a transaction and it's not going through, and they're going to ask you, "Is this yours?" And you say, "Yeah." The whole "I'm doing crypto" really bad idea.
I've been using the Cash App daily for at least the past year, and that's the only way I do it, in and out, and instantly, convert to Bitcoin and cash out, etc. I haven't had any
two options. You got Cash App and you got Wells Fargo.
Hi, I'm also Queenie here.
Hey, Queenie, how you doing? Thanks for
I'm good, thanks. I'm just following up with the ladies' inquiries. I mean, I used the Uphold app. It's in the States. It ended up working out that it's not good for people outside of the States, but apparently it's been working really well. I mean, I still use it here and there, but I mean, yeah, I got it from someone who was in the States, and it was quite good.
What was the name of that app?
Uphold, UPHOLD app.
Okay.
And it was you could attach your card and you just upload to the app. When it's like four figures, well, I don't know what happens in the States, but in New Zealand, when it was like around $1,000, my bank would block it, but I would just ring up the bank, and it was a security thing. So I'd ring up to the bank and ask them to remove it, and then I'd do the transaction for $1,000, and then I'll get the security put back on. But that's in New Zealand. I'm not sure about the States, but I've heard that the Uphold app is really good for people in the States.
Awesome. Thanks for that input. I appreciate that. Thank you for your help today. I appreciate that. Crypto Cricket. So you unmuted.
Hey man, just excited about everything. Excited about everything. We're working on our stars in my team, and got an esteemed board of trustee member from a university to join our team here recently. So we got a lot happening. We're very, very excited about what 2025 is going to bring. So I always appreciate listening to you inspire us every week.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys all joining us. Antoinette, what a beautiful name you have. Tell us about what you say.
Okay, well, I'm at a stage where I don't know what I don't know. And I'm going to figure it out. But it's the joy of learning, navigating the platform, trying to get that crypto into the system as quickly as possible so you can move forward and hopefully start earning. And that's my goal. So I'm really looking forward to what 2025 is going to bring.
I hope you guys enjoyed the Zoom today. Go talk to the individual that gave you this video. They care about you. They want you to have a good experience, just like they're having a good experience. Go talk to them. Go create your ID and get your account going. I would encourage you also to buy a booster. Look at your situation and determine what you can do and take action. If you don't take action, you're actually really losing money every day, because the power of the money that you're in, the currency that you have, is going down. And so every day you are losing the ability to buy stuff. Okay? You're losing the ability to pay for stuff. Go take action. Because if you take action, you now have a way to make money. You now have a way to circumvent the lowering price of the dollar, and you now have an ability to make money. You now have an ability to get out of the rat race. Your friend cares about you. That's why he gave you this video. Go talk to him. Have a good experience, just like the rest of us. Make some withdrawals and have a good experience. Have a great day. Talk to you in a bit.